Help me reach 1,000 subscribers. Please, like the video and share your thoughts. In the comments, your feedback helps. Make the content better. The phone buzz on the workbench at 3:07 a.m. Its screen a cold, white rectangle in the dark. I was already awake, curled on an air mattress that smelled faintly of motor oil and regret. The garage door rattled every time a truck rolled down the county road. My wife's name, Claire, glowed on the display like a wound. I let it ring twice, 3 times, before I tapped the green icon, before I could talk myself out of it. "Mark, please come inside. Something's wrong." Her voice cracked like thin ice. I sat up, the sleeping bag slipping off the concrete floor. "You told me to sleep out here," I said. "Your boyfriend's coming over, remember?" A sob hiccuped through the speaker. "He's here, he's hurt." I think he's really hurt. The night air tasted metallic. I stood barefoot on the freezing concrete, heart hammering. "Call 911. I said. "I can't," she whispered. "He doesn't want the cops. Please, just come." I should have hung up. I should have stayed in the dark. But I crossed the driveway in 3 long strides, gravel biting into my bare feet. The kitchen light spilled to the open door like a confession. Claire stood in the doorway, hair wild, mascara streaked into war paint. Behind her, on the living room rug we'd picked out together at IKEA, lay a man I didn't know. Blood pooled beneath his head, dark and glossy. "What did you do?" My whisper scraped my throat raw. "I didn't," she said, pressing both hands to her mouth. "We argued. He grabbed me. I pushed him. He fell." The man's chest rose once, shallow, then stilled. Claire's knees buckled, and I caught her by the elbows before she hit the floor. She felt weightless, the same nothing she had become in my arms months ago during those late nights when the perfume wasn't hers and the phone always face down. "Claire," I said, her name a question I already knew the answer to. "Who is he?" She couldn't meet my eyes. "Derek from the firm. It was supposed to be 1 drink after the holiday party. 1 drink. The phrase detonated in my skull. I saw the party. Me at home with our sick daughter. Claire texting that she'd be late. "Kiss Livy for me." I kissed her fevered forehead, believed the lie because believing was easier than the alternative. Derek's eyelid twitched. A thin ribbon of blood trickled from his ear. Claire whimpered. He said he'd leave his wife. Then tonight, he laughed and said he never would. I told him to get out. He wouldn't. I knelt, fingers on his neck, pulse faint but present. "He needs a hospital." I said. "No." Claire clawed at my sleeve. "They'll ask questions. Libby's asleep upstairs. If the police come, someone's bleeding on our rug." "Claire, choices have consequences." Her face crumpled. "You're enjoying this." The accusation stung, because part of me was cataloging every detail. The man's expensive watch, the lipstick on his collar, matching the shade Claire wore at parent-teacher night. I wanted to feel righteous. Instead, I felt hollow like an empty house. After the paramedics left, I dialed 911. The dispatcher's calm questions anchored me. Address, nature of emergency, conscious and breathing? Claire paced, hugging herself, muttering, "I didn't mean for this to happen." Sirens drew closer. Red and blue lights strobed across the walls, painting our wedding photos in crime scene colors. Paramedics swarmed. A cop asked Claire to step outside. She reached for me, fingers brushing mine. I let them slip. They wheeled Derek out on a stretcher, oxygen mask fogging with each weak breath. Claire followed barefoot, her shadow long and broken across the lawn. The cop, Ramirez, turned to me. "Sir, we'll need statements." Separately. I nodded, voice borrowed. "My daughter's asleep upstairs. Can someone—" "I've got her," he said, radioing for a female officer. I climbed the stairs like a man walking toward his own execution. Libby lay on her side, thumb in mouth, nightlight casting stars on her ceiling. 6 years old, still believing Daddy fixes everything. I brushed damp curls from her forehead, a tear slipping down hot and traitorous. I wiped it away before it hit her pillow. Downstairs, Claire sat on the porch steps, knees drawn up, flanked by 2 officers. When she saw me, Her mouth opened and closed. No words left. Ramirez approached. Mr. Harland, your wife says the victim slipped and hit his head on the coffee table during an argument. You weren't present. I tasted rust in my mouth. I was in the garage. She had told me to sleep there. Said her boyfriend was coming. Claire flinched as if I'd struck her. Any prior incidents? Threats. Ramirez scribbled. I thought of the hotel charge in the city. The deleted texts I glimpsed. The way she stopped saying, I love you. Nothing physical. I said, just distance. Claire was taken to the station for a formal statement. Libby woke as the cruiser pulled away, rubbing her eyes. Daddy, why are the police here? I lifted her, small body warm against me. Mommy had an accident. Everything's okay. She studied my face. You're crying. Allergies. I lied. Morning crept in gray and indecisive. I made chocolate chip pancakes because Libby asked. Burning the first batch as my eyes kept drifting to the bloodstain on the rug. The paramedics had covered it with a tarp, but the shape lingered like a ghost. Claire returned at 10, escorted by Ramirez. Her eyes swollen, voice quiet. They're not charging me yet. Derek, skull fracture. He hasn't woken up. Libby ran to her, arms outstretched. Claire knelt, burying her face in our daughter's hair, shoulders shaking. I watched from the kitchen doorway. Coffee cooling in my hand. When Libby went to color in the den, Claire approached. Mark, don't. I said sharply, softening it. Not in front of her. We waited until bedtime. Libby fought sleep, sensing the fracture in the air. When her door finally clicked shut, Claire and I stood in the hallway like strangers sharing a bus stop. I'm sorry, she whispered. I thought if I ended it tonight, we could start over. I didn't know he'd get violent. You thought kicking me to the garage would make everything clean. My laugh cracked. I've been sleeping on tools and fertilizer, Claire. While you... She reached for my hand. I pulled back. I was drowning. Mark, the promotion, the mortgage. Libby, school fees. Derek made me feel seen. I saw you, I said. Every day. I just didn't know you'd stop looking back. Silence stretched thick as the blood on the rug. Finally, she asked, what happens now? I looked at my wedding band. Still on my finger. Derek lives or dies. Cops decide if she's negligent. And us? I swallowed the lump in my throat. I don't know how to unsee what I saw tonight. Claire's chin trembled. I don't expect forgiveness. Libby needs both of us. She needs the truth, though she can't handle it yet. I rubbed my eyes. I'll take the couch. You can have the bed. Tomorrow we call a lawyer and a counselor. Separately. She nodded, tears falling. I destroyed us. No, I said, voice steady. We let cracks form long before Derek. Tonight, just shattered glass. I retrieved my pillow from the garage, carried it to the couch. The house smelled of antiseptic and burnt pancakes. Somewhere down the block, a dog barked frantic and lonely. At 2:14 a.m., my phone buzzed again. Unknown number. I answered. Mr. Harland? A woman's voice, thick with exhaustion. Detective Ramirez. Derek Toever just coded. They revived him, but it's touch and go. He asked for Claire, said he has something to tell her. I stared at the ceiling. The same ceiling I'd painted with Claire while Libby napped, us laughing at a drip on my nose. Tell him Claire's asleep, I said. Some stories, they just end in the middle of the night, whether we want them to or not. I hung up before she could respond. The house settled around me, old bones creaking. I closed my eyes, waiting for morning, for the next impossible choice for the slow, brutal work of deciding what could still be salvaged in the wreckage of our lives.